way to work. And I have nothing to do. Tomorrow's our family reunion. We have like a winter family reunion and plus a summer family reunion. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to go. I will probably have to see if I am still going. I'm like undecided if I want to go or not. Usually it's the same, which is my great grandmother's sister. So the same and the Jenkins and the Merriweathers is coming all together supposedly Saturday, tomorrow. So I don't know if I want to do that or not. I'm just trying to see if I'm able to go, which I am. It just all depends on how I feel. I might be feeling in a good mood. I might not. And then plus it's Christmas time, so it's like money-wise or whatever. I just did Katie's birthday party. I just did her birthday. So that was a little expensive. And plus, get her, Santa Claus for her. Me and her dad. And then plus, getting the boys or whatever, what they wanted, which they wanted some money. So, because they already got everything. They got iPhones, they got PS4s, they're streaming their games. So, Mikhail, he's not a gamer himself, so he usually on his phone. Sometimes he'll get on the games and sometimes he doesn't. Mikhail is my little quiet one. He's very quiet. And Kayvon, he's very quiet too. That's my middle son. But Kaden's very outspoken. She's always cracking jokes. She always like fun going. She's outgoing. I call her my little outgoing little baby. She tells you what's on her mind. She tells you like it is. She don't leave anything back. She let people know how she feels. Mikhail, that's my baby boy. He's very shy. He won't tell you how he feels unless you ask him. But he never expresses his feelings. Kayvon, he don't express his feelings unless he actually, something's really, really bothering him. But they're pretty quiet little boys. Teenagers. I shouldn't call them little boys. They're teenagers now. So they're pretty quiet. Other than that, I'm not doing anything but on my way to work. That's this is a fire truck coming down the street. I don't know if you can. But other than that, I'm on my way to work. So, which I'm always working. The days that I'm off or whatever, I try to upload and try to produce videos for you all. And then I will edit it. I edit everything myself. So I do all my editing. I do all my camera work or whatever is me. Everything is me. But other than that, I try to keep my family together by like going different places or whatever, inviting them to different things, inviting them to different places, playful, fun activities that I normally do on my channel. But I want to do different content. I actually been trying to, what is they doing? People cannot drive. Actually, I've been trying to do like pranks, different pranks and stuff like that, like funny stuff. Cause I could be a funny person. I'm very, very funny. Very funny individual. My family, which is Kaden could be very funny. My Kayvon, they don't have a sense of humor. I know my kids like a book. Kayvon and Mikhail, they have a sense of humor when it comes to their own friends, or their, with their friends or other relatives or whatever in the family. They can become very talkative. Around me or whatever, they're like, okay, you know, they don't show too much of a personality. But of course, that's why I have Kaden with me at all times. She's very a personality person. You know, if you get what I'm saying. She's very outgoing. She says what's on her mind. She likes to go places. For right now, I know, you know, because when they get older, they become teenagers, they don't like to spend a lot of time with their parents. They don't like to spend a lot of time with their mom. They spend a lot of time with their dad sometimes or whatever, but they be on their own. You know, I remember when I was a teenager, I didn't really spend a lot of time or whatever. When we get to a certain age, it's a certain time or whatever that we like to we like to be by ourselves, have that me time or whatever. We love their parents. I love my parents. I think I was a daddy's little girl. I always, no matter what, how old I got, I always hung out with my dad. My dad, we had a very close bond. So my mom, she passed away when I was 16 at the time, and when I was littler, I loved to hang out with my mom. But when you get up to a certain age or whatever, you like to just do your own thing with your friends and your cousins. You know, your friends, your cousins, family members. You like to, you know, spend time or whatever, not with the older crowd, but with the younger crowd. People that can relate to you, or, you know, going through or same things that you're going through, or, you know, you can always ask your parents, but your parents or whatever, you know that the parents are going to tell you what to do is right at all times. Parents are going to let you know what you're doing and what you're not doing. So that's why we kind of, you know, that's why when we were in the younger days, we were kind of scared or whatever to talk to your parents about anything. We kind of, you know, talk to your friends. You talk to our friends or whatever about anything, and be with our cousins or whatever. We talk to them about anything because they were around the same age. I had an aunt that I used to talk to, she was the youngest aunt of the family, so she was like more like a sister to me, and I used to just, you know, tell her like a lot of everything or whatever because she was more up here, because she was our age. Not really our age, but, you know, 11 years a little difference or whatever, but not that much older than we were. But I just wanted to come in here and just talk to you guys as I'm on my way to work. I know I'm doing VLOGMAS, so I just missed like, I think 2 days. So I'm just going to probably upload this one for VLOGMAS Day 11. Just let you know whatever. I am from Detroit, Michigan. Letting you know a little bit about myself. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I was born and raised in Detroit. Boop, boop, because to Detroit. A lot of people, I shout out my city. A lot of people shout out their city because, you know, it's their history. A lot of people shout out their cities or whatever because, you know, they want to give recognition. I don't know what other people shout out their cities or whatever. I know I shout out my city because I was born and raised here, and a lot of my roots and my teaching and upcoming was in Detroit, Michigan. My mom and dad, they had me at a young age. So my mom was like 16 when she had me. My dad was like 21. You know, back then, it wasn't a problem by dating younger females or whatever, because, or either marrying older men, marrying younger females back then, because it was taught. Our grandparents got married at a young age. So I feel as though, you know what I'm saying, right, you know, to each his own. I didn't really start, you know what I'm saying, dating. I dated, you know, around my same age or whatever. I always dated, you know, around my age, especially when I was a teenager. When I was growing up or whatever, I always dated like 16. I didn't start dating until I was 16. But they was like a little older or whatever, but not as much. I'd say about 2 or 3 years, but not as much, you know. But my oldest son, he stays in Arizona. So he is actually 21 years old. Yes, I do have a 21-year-old son. I had him at 22 years old. I know I look young, but I'm an older and more mature. I want to say older, but very mature person. I had him at 22. That's my baby. So he ended up going to Arizona, and you wonder why he went to Arizona. He went to Arizona for school. So he went to school for mechanical engineering down there. So while he was going to school down there, he ended up staying. He liked it. He started liking it. He's like, Mom, I really love Arizona. He was like, I think I'm going to stay down here and reside down here, or whatever. So I was like, well, if that's what you like, if that's what you want, it's your life. You live your life. You're grown. I can't tell you how to live your life, but I can give you advice. I can give you advice or whatever on, what I'm saying, things, positive things or whatever to do, things that you could be able to get by. Telling them to be careful. He knows all that because I grew him up, me talking to him and telling him I grew him up, and it's better, embedded in his head or whatever that, you trust people, but you don't trust them to a certain extent. You trust a person to a certain extent because you also have to read that person. You also have to just learn that person to be able to give them all your trust. You can't give everybody your all. I feel as though you can't give everybody your all. Unless you really, 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 until they show them that they're giving you their all. But if they're not giving you their all, then I feel as though that you shouldn't give them your all, because it's like they're taking a piece of strength out of you. Well, I didn't made it. I made it to work. But it's like they're taking a piece of strength out of you. I learned that you live and you learn. If you live and you learn, that goes with relationship-wise, friendship-wise. Hell, we don't even give our kids our all or whatever, or tell them everything. So, what I'm saying? Because we want them to be the best child and the best person that they can be. So, we do tell them, not everything, but, we tell them what we want them to know. But the only person I tell everything to is the Lord above, and I share with him about everything or whatever, and praise him about what I have, what I'm thankful of. Thankful to be on this earth, thankful to have children. I'm thankful to be able to talk to you guys today. I'm thankful to be able to share my life with you guys. I'm thankful to be able to share my life or whatever with my friends. The little friends that I do have or whatever. I'm thankful for all that God's put into my equation. But that's enough ranting and raving. I will be able to do part 2 about a little bit. That way you could be able to learn a little bit about me. So I will tell you guys probably about tomorrow, about me and my life, how I was brought up. So from my family to your family, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification so you can get every video that I upload. And comment down below. So don't forget to ring that bell so you can get every notification of every video that I upload. So I will see you later. Bye.